Hi, this is Frank Jaworski from Engineer Your Life. I had something happen about a week and a half ago that I could share with you, and two main lessons that would come from it, and maybe a thought experiment. So I'll tell you the story, and then um, allude to some other things that I'll expand upon in other videos, and then I will tell what I felt to me were the two most important things I've learned and would share from this experience, and then ask you a question to consider in your own head. Um, so first off, my girlfriend and I were walking on a Friday morning and around our local park, which we like to do, and we pick up trash as we're walking, which is something I can talk about in a future video. Um, so we were picking up trash, and we went down the street we normally do, and I saw something that looked kind of like a car manual, like the black or gray thing that holds in someone's automotive, manual that you really never look at. Um, and I, I picked it up because I just pick up things off the ground now and kind of don't care. It's kind of weird to think that, especially at this time. But I picked it up, and it turned out to be one of those holders for like your card that you get at a restaurant, where the waitress takes your bill. And it was probably obvious where it came from anyways. There's a couple restaurants there, but it had a ripped up menu that said, upon further glancing, it took a little bit of looking to see which restaurant it belonged to. But there was 110, I think it was $110 in there. So it was quite a haul. And in an instantaneous moment, I had thought, like, oh, wow, like this is great, like money. But then, obviously realizing where it came from, there was, given the way that I think, and just given the way that, I would act, I knew exactly what I had to do. So um, we took it into the restaurant and returned it to a manager, and got a $20 gift card to go there in the future. So it's an interesting story, though, because the night before, I think it was actually the night before, or at least two nights before, um, I had asked the universe. We have a good amount of money, but everybody's always a little like more. So I said, I another thing I'd like to expand upon too is asking, kind of like a prayer concept, but I call it asking and appreciating. It's another thing I can detail in another video, but something I do at night before bed. In that, I said, could you give me a sign that money's going to flow in easily to me without me doing anything? So it was interesting to have that money come in. And the other interesting piece was I had been talking to my daughter and my girlfriend recently about attending that restaurant and going there for dinner. So obviously it was kind of a coming together of all those things, and a very interesting event. What I took from it, though, is two main things that I like to focus on. Is one is having a higher purpose to the universe and feeling more of a higher perspective, because obviously I could have seen that money as well. This is my easy money, like I can just take it and go spend it. Hey, this is great, $110, wonderful. But upon knowing where it was, immediately the thought went to, well, what about that waitress? And it was almost an instantaneous, like I personally just see it that way, and feel more as a small part of a bigger whole. So I felt that my role there was to return that money to its rightful spot. But I also did, and this is the second point, I also did get what I was looking for, because I saw that money could flow in easily without me doing anything. I didn't say that in my asking, I didn't ask for it to be mine. I did just ask to see it flowing. So it taught me also that I should continue asking, also to ask more clearly, but also to not necessarily get hung up on how things happen, because now we got to go to the Eagle House. I wasn't very clear on how to get there. I didn't say, well, I want to eat there. I said, we'll go there. So now we get to go and eat there. But it was kind of an interesting situation where the universe gave me what I was looking for, and it gave me an opportunity to serve someone and help them. So I think those two things, having having a desire to serve and to be a higher, have a higher calling, and not just be focused on yourself, and see your role in the universe, and not just be seeking instantaneous gratification of the money, because it could have been spent on going to that restaurant, interestingly enough. And also kind of having faith and being like, okay, this is going to happen, and seeing it through at that lens, because I got to go to the restaurant and I got to see money flowing in. And the thought experiment would be, now, if there's anything, the two things for me would be, if you were in that situation or anything like that, what would you do? Would you have returned the money? Would you have had a doubt? Would you have thought for a second, I really could use this on my, maybe you got a late bill, or maybe you just want to buy a nice outfit. Would you have hesitated to do that? And it's okay as long as you end up doing it. But I'm just curious, what would you have done? And then second, what things do you want to do and are you asking for? And maybe are you hung up on how exactly and trying to make it happen right now? Or are you not being clear enough in asking for it? Or are you forcing it? Those are really the two things I'd want you to ask yourself and see if you could come up with like an answer. So that's all I'll share for today. I hope this was interesting. And if you'd like to know any more or ask anything specific, just write a comment, message, whatever it is, and I'll share it with you. Thanks. Bye.